Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to today's quick update on gold. I feel there is a strong need for me to quickly give you a breakdown and the structure that gold is making. All this why we had seen ourselves in this move from this low up to this high, and we believe that we did a wave one here, and we completed a wave two here. And as far as we are concerned, we're about negotiating. This is wave three that has completed. We need to finish this to the downside as wave four before we go up. Can wave four, end here? Yes, there's a probability that wave four may end here because this is primary four. This is weekly time frame, please. This is primary four in this area before we have the fifth wave of wave three. So that is completed. Now we saw this, yeah, this may complete wave four, but now looking at these reactions here, and we had this to the downside, and this to the upside, and this now to the downside. The clue is always in the move. The clue is always in the move. You must recognize what an impulse is, what is impulsive, and with that, you can tell yourself if you get the first impulse, then we need the last impulse to complete that correction. Now, with that said, we are going to delve into, we know also that with A may not be impulsive, but with C, oftentimes and most times is impulsive because of his is a motive wave for a wave C. But a wave A, if a wave A decides to be impulsive, like a motive wave, then that tells you are still expecting the last C to be a motive wave. Now here, quickly, this is the first leg, and we believe because it's impulsive, we believe that we may still see one leg down that is also impulsive. Now, let's go into the daily time frame to look at the correction. Looking at the daily time frame, now these came down in a 5-wave format, as in like a 1, where it could be an ABC here and a B wave, short B wave in the middle, and the last wave. So it is actually like a zigzag of an ABC, and this could be a W. Now that this went up, it broke with B here without breaking a primary B is still allowed. Not until this primary B here is taken like an ABC of the first A, then the B wave, then the last 5 waves here. This is 5 waves, typical of what we should expect, but it's like a zigzag in that regard. So these had been taken, these went up. Now, the impulsive nature of this is what, again, could confuse a whole lot of people. Now, when you see the impulsive wave, then you may say, okay, maybe this one is going to the upside. But what now negates that is this move to the downside. Now, this move to the downside is a big statement that we are still going to see more downside. The probability of going down to break this low is very high. It's like 85% or more than 70%. That we're going to go up from here, it's very remote. And look at what price has been doing here, has been correcting on the daily time frame. Now, is this ready to go down? For me, I don't think that this is ready to go down yet. I think this is still going to go up. That's what I can see. Very important, the very corrective. How many days? About 6 days in a row, corrective. And how to now decode this is what we all need to know. We need to decode this to know at what point in this retracement of this particular candle to the upside are we going to now begin to go down, because that would have meant that this is like an A wave, a B wave, or a 1 and a 2, and we'll see more downside at least up to this point, and 100 extension to the downside. So now, the key, like I said, is always in the first impulse. So this is an impulse. This went up. Of course, we may be second guessing ourselves that probably is going to continue to crawl up until it breaks up. but this impulse had, make the possibility of we breaking the low again like an 70%. So now this is an impulse. So with this impulse, we know we are still going to go down. That is not negotiable, but when is what we don't know. So we're going to look into this and see what corrective format we are looking at in this place and to see, are we coming right down or we're still going to go up? Now let's go to the 4-hour time frame. So the answer, like I said, first look for the first impulse. So the first impulse is this. Now, the 4-hour time frame, now this is the correction of a B. So with this B wave and with this impulse, not until we break here, if we should break here, then that is the end, that means we are going up. But I don't see us break this for now. I see us still, most likely we might still go up and take the structure above, probably come around this area of 2690 or fall short below that before we come to the downside. But what is this mess? And that was why I said, for people on my orb, you have to be very careful because of the corrective nature of these. What do I see? Now, a couple of possibilities, but now we have seen the first move here, and this look like the first move of an A wave. Now, this may be a B wave in the making, and this being a B wave in the making, so we may have seen the first, okay, we may have seen this as the first wave here of an A, B, and a C, which may probably complete this as a W. This to the downside may be an X. And now we may be looking for a Y leg. So that is what I can see from here now. So I see this as an A B, and a C wave to make this a W. And this is quite also a sharp movement to the downside. This looks like an X. Then we are seeing this as a possible Y to the upside. Now, if this is a Y to the upside, why do you have this? And we're going to look into the 1-hour time frame. Looking into the 1-hour time frame, this is where we are now. This is, like I said, an A B, and a C of a W. And this typical is a 5 waves to the downside. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that looks like an X. Then it now looks like as if we are doing a Y leg. Now, if this is a Y leg, what is this? And that is one thing I want you to see. So what I see here is this. What I see here is this. I see this move because we have to look at the first impulse here. If this is a Y leg going to the upside, and this is X, okay? So if it's an X, that means we're not going to take the low of this now. If you're going to go up. So if it is an X, I see this as the first impulse of the Y leg. If this is the first impulse of the Y leg, then we see this as ABC, or perhaps the part of the B wave in the middle here. So if it's an A wave, we'll see a B wave in the middle to finish a C of the Y. So if this is an A wave and if this is a B wave playing out here in the middle, now what I see here, it's this being to the downside, the first A here, the first A here, and probably we have a B to the upside, and this is the Y leg to the downside. Now, if I put it into clearer perspective, let me just bring the drawing. I'm going to still change a couple of things. What I see here is this. I see this as an A wave. This that came down will become an X. Up to this point will become a W, and a 5 wave to the downside here will become an X. This is the first impulse. And here, I see after the first impulse, I see the first correction of an A and a B, and this will be a C wave to finish up. So I expect that this may still come down to this point to give us a reaction before we go up and break to the upside. So why all of that? So now in the middle here, if this is an A, we began to go up correctively, and we add an impulse, and this is probably an A of B, a B of B, and a C of B, which is an impulse. So a C of B is an impulse. That is why we had this as an impulse to finish B. And so for us to have the last C to finish that here, which is an A, B, and a C, and this also has got to be an impulse. And that is why it's an impulse. So we should not get it. So when we want to trade this, we can take, a small risk at 26.30. So if we take a small risk at 26.30, and we can put our stop loss at 26.26, just below this level here. This is a primary two here. Just below this level here, we can do that and expect the price to now begin to go up to finish this arm to the upside. And when we do that, we may be coming to around this area to finish up. So this will be an area. So I still call, for more upside to make this a Y leg. And this will now be a W. If I want to change this will become a W. This will become a W. This will become an X. That is what I can see here now. And we still need this leg to the upside to give us a Y. And once we have that, then we have completed this, a wave two of the last impulse to the downside, and we are going to see a big move or push to the downside again. With that, I've come to the end of this short update.